With the current unemployment rate now being around 8.4%, I'm cautiously optimistic. There's some reason for hope. And to put this in perspective, just keep in mind that the unemployment rate during the Great Depression hit 25%. It reached 10.6% for the Great Recession. And with the COVID-related pandemic recession, we hit a peak of 14.7% last April. We now declined to 11.2% in June, and we're now at 8.4%, which was the August numbers released in early September. That's a huge improvement, but keep in mind where we were starting from. In February, the unemployment rate was 3.5%. And this is all happening very, very quickly. We lost as many jobs in the first few months of the pandemic than we lost in the Great Recession. And now in the last 3 months, we've regained half of those back. So this is really good news. We're recovering. I'm optimistic. Now, on the other hand, it's easy to get the first half back of those job losses. The second half is much harder. And that's where we have to have some caution. I'm also concerned about what might happen next month. So airlines have announced they might do layoffs come October 1st. If they are October 1st layoffs, then we won't actually see those results in the October numbers until they come out in November, which is after the election. So we might still have some good numbers in September, which will come out in the October release. But we might not see a change until the November numbers come out for October going into Christmas. And so I'm cautiously optimistic that we're turning around. People seem to want to go back to work. They're getting back to work. We're opening back up slowly, but we're getting there. And we're seeing more people get back to restaurants, travel a little bit. But we're nowhere near pre-COVID levels when it comes to airline travel. People are still not necessarily willing to hop on to public transit. And a lot of people are still working from home, which means the restaurants that relied on those businesses for lunches, dinners, and happy hours are still having problems making ends meet. So we're definitely not out of the woods. I'm cautiously optimistic. We are obviously seeing different groups affected differently. Those of us who can work from home are having a much better time of it. Sure, we have kid issues, we have schooling issues, maybe some cabin fever, but we have jobs, and that's important. For those who don't have jobs, that's different. That's affecting lower income people, minorities differently than it is others.